As I promised, I'm currently making this video, and I'm currently playing Teardown. Once again, this time around, we're, I don't know, we're doing something. Well, we're currently in Sandbox, and, you know, I just want to talk about, stuff. I have no clue what to do for content anymore. I mean, I'm barely getting anything. I mean, this is what I like about Teardown. You can destroy anything and there's no consequences, really. There are literally no consequences to Teardown. And that's why I like it, because you can, you know, destroy things, you know. It's the point of the game is to literally destroy. You've probably seen many YouTubers play it, and they're planning on adding a multiplayer mode to it, which I think would be very cool to see. And I've had a lot of problems with my mic, with it being like laggy or glitchy, and I hate when that happens. So I have to like constantly fix my mic, but I'm confident my mic is good sounding good. I think. I don't know. As long as you understand what I'm saying, then that's all that matters. Yeah, this is kind of a little update, you know, on what I'm doing. I've been mostly, you know, chilling, mostly gaming, or whatever. I don't know. If you see anything that you don't find, you know, what you like to do and tear down, I don't know. You can let me know in the comments or whatever. Yeah. Now, I don't know when they'll release the multiplayer update. I hope they do it this month or next month, because, you know, I just want to like be able to play multiplayer, you know. Yeah. This is just the end. You know, I was just letting you know what I've been doing, and I mean, I made a promise, didn't I, that I would make a video, you know, this around this time. So here's your video. You know, I didn't want to like. I wanted to be truthful with you on that. Boom. Bow, down. You know what? I'm actually gonna be able to. I want to do something. You want to see something satisfying? I mean, it was close to satisfying. I mean, I'll take it. The problem I have with YouTube is their system saying like I can't show like violence, which I personally don't get. Like video game violence or something that like mimics, you know, violence to begin with. I feel like that's just like going too far. Because now we can't. Now you're pretty much destroying the entire video game algorithm. So like you're completely like destroying violent video games that, like GTA, you know, that game is made to be violent. So I can't like play that game. And there's a lot of other games that I wanted to mention in this video. I don't think Teardown is violent in terms of that, I mean, it's about destruction, but it's not about violence, so I don't know. I mean, is it gonna get to the point where we can't even show gun or something that mimics a gun? Like, you're banning the entire video game algorithm if you do that. So I mean, why would you do that? That would be a terrible idea. Because then you're now making it to where we can't even play any video game on our videos. You're basically banning speech or whatever, or what we want to play. Who remembers when the internet was free? You know, you could do whatever you want to do. You know, back when you could say what you want to say without consequence, and you know, but the problem with the people nowadays is, well, everyone has gone so soft that you can't say any of those words, and if you do, you're gonna get banned or worse. They treat it very seriously nowadays, and which I think is terrible. Like, why can we not say what we want to say? Oh, because you know, people are soft and whatever, and you know, we don't want to be, you know, we don't want racist people on our game and all that. We'll ban anyone who says hateful words. Grow up, number one. Like, grow up. You can't handle a bit of words without getting offended. But at the same time, they use that to their advantage. I mean, what else? They like try to make you way worse than you actually are. So I mean, I don't even know. I kind of hate what the world has become. I mean, if it was just like how my dad would want it, he would probably want it to be like you could say what you want to say without consequence. But then like I think one of the reasons that it got serious was because crime happened a lot on the internet, and the government at the time didn't know that, so but nowadays they you know, watch what you say, and you know, they're very, you know the saying, Big Brother is always watching you. You know, they're always watchful with what you're saying, and I feel like it'll get to the point where the future will be banning anything hateful, even when you're not playing video games, like even when you're just talking to yourself. And if it gets to that point, then you're really banning free right of speech. And, you know, I don't know why well, number one, I don't know how I got into this conversation with myself, but that's just how I work. I mean, I actually change subjects really quick. That's weird. I didn't even hit the light, and yet the light deactivated. Whatever. You know, it's kind of depressing where we are as a society. And I'm actually kind of disappointed in Gen Alpha and whatever. I know, I'm technically speaking, I am a Gen Alpha myself, but like the oldest of Gen Alpha. But just I do feel like the older Gen Alpha kids, which is like 15 or whatever, I feel like they had it like I feel like they had a lot of Gen Z type stuff or whatever. You know, they experienced a lot of Gen Z stuff. They experienced what Gen Z also had. Like I feel like Gen like in the middle should just be Gen's Alpha or something, which is like people born from 2010 to 2013. You know, those in that little you know, age gap, you know, and that little, you know, age thing. You know, it should just be like, you know, 2010 to 2013. You know, logically speaking, that would make a lot more sense. Especially knowing the fact that my generation is about to know how to drive. And I certainly feel older than I actually am, and I don't know why. I guess it's what Gen Z is saying, I don't know. I don't feel like Gen Alpha, but I don't feel like Gen Z. I feel like I'm in the middle. I want to give like Gen Alpha, like the older Gen Alpha kids, kind of like their own, you know, at least like something different of a name, you know, other than Alpha. You know, I mean, yeah, I had a tablet, but like, I never really did much on that tablet either way. You know, I never really experienced anything that Gen Alpha really experienced. I mean, my brain is still, you know, working. I mean, I don't have like brain rot or whatever, but maybe a bit of Gen Z brain rot, but that's about it. You know, maybe a bit of MLG compilations and whatever. You know, probably a bit of the dab. I don't know. I'm still stuck on MLG, matter of fact. But I guess the internet moved on from that, like, whatever years ago. I still have somewhat of a memory of MLG. When I was around 7? Probably 8? I don't know. You know, I was still pretty young. I'm still young now, but like... I'm trying to make my point here that, like, I feel like Gen Zalpha should have its chance to be a generation, you know, between, you know, of my... Because even people that are born in my generation, you know, the older ones like me, you know, even they are saying they hate this, you know, the generation that they're in. You know, it's clear that my generation hates the generation that they're in, which I find kind of funny that they would actually say something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video. I'm getting kind of bored of just talking and talking and talking.